Hey there, how's it going? This is ChemGirl08. I just wanted to give you an update on my Power Rangers costume. I just got back from SuperCon the last day on Sunday. Great con, really crowded, and I'll maybe make a video on recommendations for the review on that con later after I get put back together after this long con weekend. But just wanted to give you the last update on my costume. So, if you recall last time I had the painted leather gloves. These are all dry now and they're really not that sticky, and the paint is not really chafing too much. There's a little couple imperfections, but when you're wearing it, really nobody can notice. I also made the gauntlets. So this is just made out of foamy board. You can get it at the local craft store, and I just hot glued the diamonds on. I actually used a rotary blade and cutting mat for that, and it was actually a lot easier than using scissors and cutting it out. So if you have the extra money to invest in one, it's a great tool. If not, you can do that by hand pretty easily. So I actually didn't bother gluing the glove into the gauntlet because I didn't really need to. I just put it inside and then slip it on, and it really doesn't move around at all. So it stayed put the whole time. It kind of rotated a little bit, but you know, if you glue that or you tape it or something like that, you won't get that problem. But there's the gauntlet. So that was my Power Rangers glove. For the belt, I also used foamy, and this is the belt. So I used multiple pieces and I put them together. I used a little piece on the back so that I could, when I use the hot glue gun to glue them together, you only see the seam, but there's no they're both level. They're not kind of popped up one over the other. So I think that was pretty helpful. I also hot glued some Velcro on it so that it could hold set in the same place, and I used a longer strip so that I can adjust it. You know, gain weight, lose weight. All right. I also made a holster for the gun. Again, foamy, just fold it in half. I used a couple strips, hot glue, to make the loop so that you can move it around on the belt. And I actually went ahead and I sewed this part just because I thought it looked nicer than the hot glue, and then I trimmed this to make sure both these edges were even. The last detail on the belt, that's if you have a yardstick, I think that would work better than what I did. I didn't have a yardstick, so I had to do kind of piece by piece. So you see this marker is a little uneven there, but you know, it turned out well enough. And this piece isn't so hard, I can't do it again. So that worked out pretty well. And I did get a question on what I did for the morpher. So this is the morpher that I made. This is made from a tutorial, and I'll put that up, the link up. But it's a paper craft, so I printed it out on cardstock, which I had left over from doing my helmet. And so I did it on high quality on my printer, and it's just, you fold it and glue it together. I used regular glue for this, not hot glue, because it was just too messy. But all the pieces are there. You have the belt loop in the back, the power coin. The whole template has all the coins in it, so you can go ahead and glue those on there. If I had more time, I probably would like to make one that's maybe made out of sturdier material, because I think I could improve on this if I made it out of something harder, something, you know, it's got a little more meat to it. But this was great for short term because I spent all my time on the helmet, and then by the end I was like, oh, I gotta make the rest of the costume. So that's the morpher. I'll post a link to that. And last little bit, I had a plastic gun from the toy store. It's just a squirt gun. I actually already had it painted for a different outfit that didn't end up working so well, but I should have painted it red if I'd had enough time, but I didn't have enough time, so this worked fine. So for the boots, you remember I spray painted these. They're not sticky anymore. They are completely dry, and I just used the same foamy and hot glue to put these diamonds on the boot. They are coming off a little bit, so maybe if you use something else to get it on there, but I mean, it stayed for like the day, you know, so it was fine. The paint is coming off a little bit. You can see a little chip right here, and there's some wear down here. If I wear it again, I'll probably just do another coat of spray paint on it and let it look a little nicer, and then not expect it to stay for too terribly long. Actually, the acrylic paint that was on the heels stayed really well, so if that makes any difference to you. The the suit itself, I did have to do a little sewing on. So what I did was I bought a morph suit, but I bought one of the off-brand kind because, I mean, if you buy a morph suit, it has morphsuit.com printed on your rear. And, you know, if you really want to put all this time into a cosplay, I don't want that writing on my outfit. So I actually bought an off-brand one, which was not only cheaper, but it did the same thing, and now there's no printing on the back. So what I did was I modified it by cutting off the hands and hemming it. I cut off the feet just for comfort and hemmed that. So those are both optional, but I did it for comfort. This is the collar, so I cut off the headpiece and sewed a collar on. I sewed all the little triangles. The triangles were pretty hard to do because you have to pin them to yourself. So if you have a friend who's handy with sewing and you can get them to help you with that, that's good. I had a friend come over and pin the ones on the back, and I'm still not entirely happy with how the back turned out, but I wore my ponytail out while I was wearing the helmet, and that kind of covered it up. You can also see I used some little clasps for the neck. Oh, hang on. Like you would wear with a dress or something. You can get those at the sewing store, not too hard to find. And the zipper. So since you're cutting off the top of the zipper, if you pull it all the way up without sewing some kind of a stop in, you know, the zipper piece will pull right off. So all I did was I folded it over and stitched it, and so now the zipper, you know, it only goes up to a certain point, so it can't be pulled off of the entire thing. So that was the suit that I wore. Underneath the suit, I wore a long sleeve black shirt as well as long bicycle pants. They're basically long black leggings, and that took care of the part where, you know, sometimes the morph suit is stretched so much that you can see, if you're wearing a t-shirt, you can see where the cutoff is underneath it, and it doesn't really look that great. So if you wear long sleeve black shirt and long black pants that are kind of close to your body, both of those things together make it look pretty good. So I went to the con. I competed in the Women of Cosplay, Sirens of Cosplay competition on Thursday, and one of the judges was Jason Frank, and he's the guy who plays the Green Power Ranger or the White Power Ranger, or a little later he plays the Red Ranger, you know. So he was there. He's now an MMA fighter, but he asked me a question about my helmet. He said, "Did you make your helmet?" I said, "Yes, I did." I was very proud to say that, and I actually won the judges award from that. So I'm really proud of all the work I did. I hope this stuff that I've been telling you helps you guys out. I'll probably use this costume in some other competitions. I mean, since I had good luck with it. I feel like I'm a lot better at doing the props than I am at the sewing, but maybe I'll improve. So thank you guys for watching, and yeah, till next time, guys.